Elon Musk is sharing fake charts on mass shootings and trans people. Let me read this really quick and we can talk about it. This is from Yahoo News. It says, chart inflates prevalence of transgender people committing mass shootings. A chart that frames transgender people as responsible for more mass shootings than individuals from any other demographic group has resurfaced online in the wake of deadly events in Canada and the US. But the data, which was first posted to X in 2025, does not accurately depict the real crime statistics, the experts told the AFP. Who is behind mass shootings? A February 11th, 2026 post on X asks, answering with a chart that claims to assign incidents with 4 or more fatalities to different races and gender identities. The image accumulated hundreds of thousands of engagements across social media in February following a school shooting in British Columbia, Canada, and another shooting arising from an apparent family dispute at an ice rink in Rhode Island. Ex-owner Elon Musk amplified the chart to his more than 234 million followers, writing, "Wow." Elon Musk is a fucking idiot. So this graph has circulated online since at least last August 2025, the AFP found. It stems from X user Frank McCormick, who first posted it on August 27, 2025 on his account before adding a variation in February 2026. Experts told AFP that despite frequent mass shootings in the US, the posts framing trans people as the most likely demographic to commit such acts of violence are mistaken. A fact sheet compiled by the Rockefeller Institute of Government, a public policy think tank, describes the profile of mass shooters in the US as overwhelmingly male and white. Several other experts said the chart circulating online also makes assumptions about what share of the US population is trans or non-binary. A survey from Gallup, an analytics and advisory company, suggests that about 1.1% of US adults currently identify as transgender, with LGBTQ plus identification estimated at 9% nationwide. The survey involves the largest data set to date on the matter. So this is our most current, accurate data. And LGBT people have been consistently 9% of the population for a long time now. The claims of trans terrorism and viewing gender dysphoria as a mental illness also perpetuate hurtful and stigmatizing tropes. A spokesperson for the LGBTQ media advocacy organization GLAAD told AFP on February 18th. And I want to say these stereotypes hurt because they're not true. There is no epidemic of terrorism or violence by trans people. That is just false. If you want a perfect example of terrorist behavior, just look at the Trump regime and immigration enforcement. That is terrorism. So we can see from the real numbers that the number one demographic responsible for mass shootings are cisgender males. And to go further, the Rockefeller Institute of Government described our mass shootings as overwhelmingly white males. And I want to show you the graph with the actual numbers because no one else comes close to the amount of shootings perpetrated by white cisgender males. These results have been consistent over decades. We already know this. And our country needs to address the massive epidemic of white male mass shootings and a lack of mental health help and common sense gun laws. And who's refusing to reform our gun laws? Republicans. Who just defunded mental health programs? Republicans. A spokesperson said, "We see irrational fear and focus on scapegoating vulnerable communities in these high-profile crimes." So the fear of trans people, transphobia, is an irrational fear. Trans people are victims of a corrupt government attempting to demonize an already endangered population. The treatment of trans people by our government is sickening. Protests are happening nationwide in support of trans rights, and we need all our allies to join us in these protests. And then one last thing. Fuck you, Elon Musk, you Nazi. Please like this video, leave your comments, subscribe to stay updated, and I'll be back very soon. Bye.